Hey y'all, so I got an idea for a top 10 video, the first top 10 video in my channel, or on my channel. So we all know, if you've been collecting Funko for a while, you know about the subscription boxes. They had Marvel Collector Corps, Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty, DC Legion of Collectors, and Disney Treasures. All of them have been discontinued, sort of. The subscription part has, anyway. They're all going to retail. I think the Disney one is going to Hot Topic, and the Marvel one is going to Amazon. I don't know about the other two, which sucks because the DC one is my favorite. But we'll see what happens with those. And, you know, I think, like everyone, I have mixed feelings about it. Because this way, you know, the good thing is that if a box comes out that we're not interested in, we can just skip it. We don't have to, like, go ahead and, like, cancel our renewal for the month and then do it again, or, you know, pay for a box we don't really want. So that's a plus. The bad thing is just the exclusiveness of it. And, you know, for us collectors, I think having that subscription service that we were, well, how should I put this? We were fine paying for, I think. Like, the people who weren't that interested in it didn't have to, but us hardcore collectors got it for the collectible value, more or less. So not having it as a huge subscription service anymore kind of bums me out, because it is going to be available to a lot more people, and that is a good thing. I'm not saying that, because I know not everyone can afford the whole, you know, bi-monthly subscription service. But I don't know. I guess I'm just weirded out a little bit. I'm gonna have to just see how it works, you know. See how they're going to manage it. Like, which stores, how many are they gonna get? Is Hot Topic gonna get, you know, 10 to each store for people? Or are they going to sell out online like that, like they usually do with some of their exclusives? So we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know. But anyway, let's get into the top 10. So, number 10. Now, really, I just included this because I love the character. Some of these I picked out because of the character, others the design, some of them both. And this is one that I definitely picked out for the character, and it is Wonder Woman from DC Legion of Collectors. I'm not taking any of these out, guys, to save time for the video. But I think Nerd Therapy did videos on every single one of these except for maybe the Star Wars ones. I didn't subscribe to the Star Wars ones either, so. But you can probably find them somewhere on YouTube if you want to take closer looks at them. This one, you know, this one was obviously for the Wonder Woman movie themed box. And I love it because it does have her with her lasso. And that's, you know, something she's iconic for. So I'm happy to have this in my collection, but at the same time, it looks pretty much just like all the others. There were so many that came out. So, and I have them all. So there's nothing that sets this apart too much, but I love the movie, I love the character, so I had to include it. Pretty much. Number 9, for Marvel Collector Corps, we have the Hulk and Bruce Banner. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm only including pops in this list, so no Dorbs, no mystery minis or whatever. But anything that had the pop logo on it, they're eligible to be in the list. So this one is from the Hulk themed box. It was the last actual subscription box that the Marvel one had. They had another one. They had the Affinity War themed box, but you had to go in and buy that separate. It wasn't part of the auto renewal. And this thing is dusty. Anyway, but I love this because it was based off of the Hulk's first appearance. You can see the comic book cover on the back, where Bruce Banner turns into Hulk. And I think it was just really cool that they stuffed them both into this thing. I'm trying to get the glare off. Into this box. The Hulk is 6" and the Bruce Banner is regular size. And I think that's really cool. They could have easily made Hulk a regular size and made Bruce Banner an itty bitty one, but this one makes a lot more sense, and it just looks so freaking cool. When I first got this and got it out of the box, I could not stop looking at that Hulk. I loved it. I don't know why, but I was absolutely in love with that Hulk. I think it was just because we finally got Gray Hulk. We only had We have a red Hulk. That's way too expensive for me to get. And a whole bunch of green Hulks, but we didn't have gray ones, so yay. Next one from DC Legion of Collectors, Catwoman. Now, the reason I included this one was because I was so psyched when we got it. This one was the Batman Villain, I want to say, themed box. And because I was so psyched because at that time, it was before we had the animated series, Catwoman. So before this, we had the 66 live action Catwoman and the Dark Knight Catwoman. And I guess you could count Selena Kyle from Gotham. But I wanted one with her classic cat suit, like in the comics or in the show. And we got this one before we got the show. The comic one before we got the show, and I was so psyched about it. Some people didn't seem as psyched. Some people wanted other characters besides Catwoman, but I was absolutely in love with this. I was so thankful when they did this. This is classic 80s style where she's wearing that weird dress and cape. They didn't really think about functionality in the 80s, I don't think. But not really suitable for jumping over rooftops and stealing diamonds, but it looks cool. Who cares about functionality? So we're just going in a pattern here for right now, because the next one is Marvel Collector Corps. And it is Wolverine and the motorcycle. I think we were all psyched when we got this. Out of the X-Men themed box. X-Men is my thing. X-Men is my thing when it comes to Marvel. You know, I love Storm, I love Rogue. Those are my two favorite Marvel characters, period. And so when we got an X-Men themed box, I was really excited. And when we saw this, when I saw this come out of the box, holy crap. I absolutely loved it. And I don't know if you guys can tell on here. Yeah, you can kind of see it. They actually painted mud splatter on the tires and on the body of the bike. And that was just so awesome. That was an amazing touch. You know, Logan is really famous for riding his motorcycle throughout the comics and the movies. So I thought it was just so amazing that they put this in the box. And I was, like I said, I was floored. I was so happy. So that was 10, 9. So we're on 6. I don't math. I really don't. I don't math. Okay, so this one is the first one for the Disney Treasures box. Like I said, those were the only 3 I subscribed to. I didn't get the Star Wars ones. I only got the Marvel, DC, and Disney. So this one is the Orville Pop Rides with Miss Bianca and Bernard. And I know it's hard for you guys to see it, but you can see the little mice in there. So this is from the Rescuers, and this one was like the Infinity War box. It was only available for people who subscribed to the subscription service, but you had to go in and order it separately again. And I absolutely love this. The Rescuers were one of those movies that I watched all the time when I was a kid. For some reason, The Rescuers and Bug's Life, those were the 2 Disney movies that I like totally made my parents insane over because I wanted to watch them over and over again. That one was my Frozen. That was my Frozen. So to have this here is just awesome. I love the fact that they put so much detail into the mice. And they even have like the little sardine can and the matches in the back. It's a really cool. It's a really awesome pop. I really need to find a place to display this out of box because it's just so cool. And also when you look into it, they had to take the wing off of poor Orville to make him fit in the box, so he's doesn't have one of his wings, so it's kind of sad in a way to keep him in the box. So I need to figure that out. Okay, number 5. Now this is one of them that's exclusively for the character. I'm so happy that they made it. And Marvel Collector Corps Thor. Now this was actually from the first box that I received. I missed out on the first 2 Marvel Collector Corps boxes because I didn't hear about it. But I got this one. This one was themed Secret War. And you can see the sticker there. This was before they started using the official Marvel Collector Corps logo sticker. Before they had it. So the reason I love this one, I just love this Thor. The fact, you know, all of us call her Lady Thor because just to distinguish her from, you know, main Thor. But that's not her name. It's just Thor. And that was one thing that I absolutely loved about it. They didn't say Thor girl or Lady Thor. It was just Thor. So I just thought that was really cool when they did that with the comics. And now that her story arc has just wrapped up, I just really love this. This is always going to be, excuse me guys, this is always going to be a part of my collection, period. Because I just love this so much. As I just said, Storm and Rogue are my first two favorite Marvel characters. She's probably number 3. Because it's just awesome. And if you guys read the Thor comic books that centered around her, her story is amazing. Okay, number 4. Now this one, if you had the DC Legion of Collectors box, this should be one that's on everyone's list, I think. And it's Mr. Freeze. This one's actually in a protector. I can't remember. Last time I checked, I want to say it was like $40 something. Because everyone wanted it so freaking bad. The Batman animated series pops, they sell, man. They totally sell. I know it was the first Batman I was ever introduced to, and that's why I love it so much. And I guess other people feel the same way. But yeah, we got Mr. Freeze out of the animated series box. It's so cool. They even put in the dome on his head. His helmet is perfect. And you can't see it here, but he does have his, yeah, you can see it now, his freeze gun. This thing was just perfect. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it. The only thing that would have made it a little bit cooler, which I know this isn't, yeah, this isn't an action figure. So it's weirder for them to put accessories in here, but if they could find a way to make a little pop version of Nora Freeze's snow globe to put in here, that would have aced it. But I am not complaining. This is an amazing pop, and it's one of the few here that's in a protector because I love it. So number 3. Now here's where I'm going to be contradicting myself a little bit. Because it's C-3PO from Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty. The only 2 Star Wars box I got, one Funko sent me for free. You know, sometimes companies do that when you subscribe to the other subscription services that they provide. They'll send you a free box of their other one. You know, to say, okay, here's what this one offers. You can have this one too if you want to. So, you know, trying to get you to subscribe to another one. It didn't work. But I do have the Flock Chewbacca. That's the one that came in the free one. And when they said that the boxes were going to be stopped, I had to get this. I had to. I already knew what it was, obviously. It was a few months after the Droids box released. But this one is so, you know, this one I'm taking out of the box. This one's too cool not to look at it. This is one of those that I got for the design. Now, C-3PO is my favorite Star Wars character. So I probably would have got it regardless. You know, if I saw it at a con or something. But I just had to make sure I had this in my collection. I have all the other C-3POs. I really wanted this one. Because just look at that sculpting. I mean, holy crap. The detail that they put on this with all the wires. Unfinished, that's what they call it. I always call it exposed C-3PO, but it's C-3PO unfinished. Right before he got his metal skin. It's just an amazing pop. You know, in the early days of Funko, you never saw a pop that was sculpted in this much detail. And now you see them more often. But when everyone saw the amount of just beautiful sculpting and paint that went into this pop, everyone wanted it. Everyone wanted it. So, yeah, I was not going to miss out on it. I'll put it back in the box later. So, number 2. We have 6-inch Maleficent from the Disney Treasure box. This was the first Disney Treasure box that totally sold out. Because everyone wanted it. And it didn't really surprise me. This was the Haunted Forest. Yeah, Haunted Forest themed box. You know, when it comes to Disney, everyone loves the villains. I don't know why. All the little kids out there, they love the heroes, they love the princesses. When you get a little bit older, it all changes to the villains. We all love the villains. But this one, a lot of people collect the Dragon Pops, just the Dragon Pops, and so that appealed to a lot of people, because in the Disney Treasures, if you guys didn't know, all the others, the Pops were pretty much a secret. They didn't give any hints to what was going to be in them. But in the Disney Treasures, the map that they gave that told all the information about the stuff in there, they gave the silhouettes of what Pop was going to be in the next one. And so all of us were pretty much able to tell it was a dragon. And obviously Maleficent is the biggest, most famous dragon in Disney, besides maybe Elliot, but he already had a Pop. So everyone wanted this thing. And I don't blame them. This thing is so freaking cool. And I want to say this one is like, this one's high up there in price too. Because they didn't restock it. You know, sometimes they'll make extra boxes for when they sell out. They didn't with this one. They said this is it. And so this one is really high up there in value. I want to say it's like $80 to $90. And the box itself costs $25. So yeah, this one was definitely a plus. I could not be more happier with it. Maleficent is my favorite character in Disney regardless. So even if that one was just a regular Pop, I would have totally hunted it down. I was so psyched when it came in the box. Now this one might surprise people. People who don't know me, this one will probably surprise you. Because there's nothing too special about this. But it's very special to me. It's Hot Girl. From the Women of Power? Women of DC? I don't know. The Marvel and DC both have boxes featured on the women, and one of them was called the Women of Power, the other one was called the Women of whichever one it was, and I forget which one had which. But this was the Hot Girl one that came in the women themed box. And Hot Girl is amazing to me. Hot Girl was the first character I ever truly fell in love with. I watched the Justice League animated series when I was a kid, and I just instantly fell in love with her. I don't know why, but just like baby me just couldn't get enough of seeing her. And I remember being so upset when the Justice League series ended, because it ended with her being pretty much a bad guy, kinda, sorta, and it honestly broke my heart. It honestly broke my heart. And I didn't even watch Justice League Unlimited until I got in like middle school because I was so mad about it. But yeah, I love her though. Now, what I want the most now though, we have this one, we have the Bombshells. We have two different versions of Bombshell Hot Girl. And we have the Hot Girl from DC Legend of Tomorrow, which technically isn't this same character. That one's Kendra Saunders, this is Shayera Hall, but I digress. What I want now, I want a Pop of maskless Shayera. Because in Justice League Unlimited, she didn't wear her mask. She didn't wear her costume. So I really want that as a Pop. So Funko, if you're listening, please. Please, please, please. But yeah, this Pop, you guys can see it's in a hard stack. Yeah, it's not worth that much at all. But it's priceless to me. It is. It will always be number one in my collection. Always. It doesn't matter what other Pops they make. Ever. They could make a Pop made of, 14 karat solid gold or whatever, but this one would be my favorite, hands down. So that was my top 10 for the subscription boxes. Like I said, we're just gonna have to see how the subscription boxes go in the future. Again, I'm happy that it'll be able to reach a lot more people, but at the same time, I'm just a little bit worried about the collector value of it. Because, like with Maleficent, they didn't restock that one, so the price went whoop. And I'm not one that collects for necessarily value, but it is nice to know when your Pops have value. But yeah, it's just that feeling of getting it in the mail. Like, seeing that box in the mail, I was like, yes, it's here, it's here. But now we're not going to have that. Now we're just going to go out to Hot Topic and go, oh, there it is. So, and also the secrets, like, I was constantly being spoiled. I was doing my best not to be spoiled every month for what was in the box, but I think now it's not, that's not ever going to happen again. It's always going to get spoiled because so many people are going to have more access to it and people are going to be blowing it up everywhere, so yeah. But again, it'll be more affordable to people because they don't have to buy every single box, including me. There are several boxes that I got that I have no interest in. Like the Doctor Strange one, I never watched the movie, never want to see the movie, so I know nothing about that pop or the other stuff that came in that box. But yeah, so there's definitely pluses and minuses, so we'll see. And I don't know if it's going to be the same retail value. It'll be a little bit cheaper because we don't have to pay for shipping. With shipping, for me, it was like almost $35 instead of $25 for the actual box. So there's another plus, but like I said, we'll have to wait and see, and hopefully they'll figure out where the next two are going to be, the other two. I want to say that the retail boxes start either this month or next month at Hot Topic and Amazon. I'm not sure, but I'll definitely be doing an unboxing of it. I can promise you guys that. If it's something that I want. Again, that's another plus. So we get to choose. But I will be unboxing all of them on the channel that I get. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please comment below what your favorite thing you ever got in your subscription boxes was. Or if you didn't get the boxes, which one do you want the most? Because you can find these pretty easily at cons a lot of the time. Sometimes the earlier ones are cheaper because they're more readily available. Really, people who have them in their collection for a while and they get rid of them because they don't really care anymore. So you can find them pretty easily at cons, and even the newer ones. But the newer ones, they jack up the price a lot. So if you are someone who's looking for one of these, I suggest waiting a few months if the price is still steep. I haven't really looked at any of the prices on eBay, but I know for a lot of them, when the box first comes out, they'll charge like, I don't know, crazy amount of money, like $50 for a pop, which is stupid. And then 6 months later, it's the same exact pop listed for like 20. So yeah, it's just a waiting game. But hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.